Adventurous kids, explore with education and learning what a wildlife is in the Everglades. I want to explore the Museum of Discovery Science. What plants do butterflies like? I want to know about Key West. Adventurous kids, learning and fun. Adventurous kids!
Today I'm going to tell you about compasses. A compass is an instrument used for navigation and orientation. It is a tool that shows the cardinal directions or points, which are north, south, east, and west. Usually, a diagram called a compass rose shows these directions on the compass face as abbreviated initials. The compass is one of the 4 great inventions from ancient China. The compass was first used in China by the Han Dynasty between 20 BC and 20 AD. They discovered that when a magnetized bit of iron floated in water, it pointed north. The first usage of a compass, recorded in Western Europe and the Islamic world, occurred around the early 13th century. Maps were able to be created thanks to the compass. It even helped establish the fact that the Earth is a globe and not flat. The invention of the compass made it possible to determine a heading when the sky was overcast or foggy, and when landmarks were not in sight. This enabled mariners to navigate safely far from land, increasing sea trade and contributing to the age of discovery. Compasses today can be found in many modern appliances, as well as being their own thing. You can find them in smartphones and in handy tools for DIY and crafting. A simple compass is a magnetic needle mounted on a pivot or short pin. The needle, which can spin freely because it is suspended in liquid, always points north. The pivot is attached to a compass card or a compass rose. The compass card is marked with the directions. To use a compass, a person lines up the needle with the marking for north. Then the person can figure out all the other directions. Around the compass, you can also find little measurements. These are called degrees. The red end of the needle will always point north, and the white black end will always point south. There is also usually at the outer case of the compass an arrow at the top known as the orientation arrow. A compass bearing of a location is the number of degrees in the angle measured in a clockwise direction from the north line to the line. For example, the bearing of an object directly to the east would be 90 degrees. A compass works because Earth is a huge magnet. A magnet has 2 main centers of force, called poles, one at each end. Lines of magnetic force connect these poles. Bits of metal near a magnet always arrange themselves along these lines. A compass needle acts like these bits of a metal. It points north because it lines up with Earth's lines of magnetic force. The most common form is the pocket compass. It looks similar to a watch, and when held in your hand, it will point out the northern direction. Another type of compass is the gyro compass, which is similar to a gyroscope. It is a non-magnetic compass that finds true north by using an electrically powered, fast-spinning wheel and friction forces in order to use the rotation of the Earth to find true north. Gyro compasses are widely used on ships and aircraft. There's also the solar compass. This version uses the shadow from the sun on the compass card to show direction. Astral compasses are aligned with fixed points in the sky, for example, stars. These are harder to use than the usual magnetic compass, but are quite useful in polar regions where magnetic and gyro compasses aren't so reliable. Nowadays, the GPS, Global Positioning System, which first began in the United States in 1973, is taking over from the traditional compass. GPS uses coordinates sent via satellites that are in orbit around the Earth. These signals are very accurate and reliable. So many planes and ships still use advanced compasses for navigation. Thank you for watching this Adventurous Kids episode.
What did you learn today?
Adventurous Kids!
Adventurous Kids!
What was the most interesting fact?
Adventurous Kids!
Adventurous Kids!
Adventurous Kids!